Ow!
Not.
He bit my butt!
Oh God! It's got a taste for duck. Oh, man, duck is one of the.
Is it bad that my mouth started watering as soon as you said that? Because I
Oh
was at the
no!
melting pot not too long ago, and I had duck for the first time in a long time. I forgot how good it was.
Isn't it? It's tasty as hell.
Have you ever been to a fondue restaurant before?
No, but I want to.
I had never had before that event, and it was something else. I'll say that much. Like, you're not going to hear many promotions from me for just a random business, but oh my goodness. The dessert. Like, they brought out this fondue that was dark chocolate with peanut butter. And they had these marshmallows that had, like, a coating of Oreo crumbs around it.
Mmm.
You have no idea. That thing covered in the warm fondue, the chocolate and the peanut butter. I think my brain had an orgasm. I could physically feel myself hitting nirvana for a couple seconds.
Your brain, that thing that gives your body an orgasm.
I'm serious. I felt like a from the front of my brain, and it just rushed all the way to the back, like wind was blowing over it or something.
It's like those scenes in cartoons where someone gets money and wind just blows in their hair as they're like flipping the roll of dollar bills in their hands.
Kind of. Except I was actually eating the wad of dollar bills, and it was delicious.
Oh, that's literally money dipped in honey for you then.
It was one of the most awesome things I've ever eaten, I'm not gonna lie. If you ever have a chance to go to something like that, I totally recommend it.
Oh, indeed. Also, yeah, I just noticed how you're fighting Whitney's mill tank right now.
Rollin', rollin', rollin'.
The funny part about Whitney's mill tank is that if you didn't understand that you could capture a fighting type or a Pokemon with dark moves just beyond the town, it was indeed a nightmare. But the best part about beating Whitney was not conquering the Miltank. Oh no!
It's the fact that she cried hysterically after you beat her. No fair!
Yes! Cry, Whitney! Cry! Feel the pain that
Yes, your tears are delicious.
Yes.
Yes.
Tasty tears. See, my brain orgasmed when that happened. Like, oh,
We all have that one moment in video games where we just feel so proud to be a gamer. For me, I think it was the first day I beat... Oops. Well then. Sad part is I was on the last hit of this guy, too.
Ah, curse you, Papa Miltank. Like, really, it's like if Papa Smurf and Whitney's Miltank just had a baby and it just did nothing but look at Blanca all day. But yeah, it's like...
But yeah, my proudest video game moment, it was probably... I think if we're going with one of the hardest things I've ever done, it would be... Now I've put myself on the spot. What would be a moment like that? Because I can't even remember the last time I played a game that was super difficult. Just mind-bogglingly hard.
What about, what do you call that?
I guess the most recent example of that would be in Monster Hunter 4, where I finally beat a Molten Tigrex. It took me like 7 days to kill just one of them. And then I realized, oh, I need to kill multiples of them to actually forge the armor. And that's what I was talking about on the Pizza Cast. It's like, I've just gotten to the point in that game where there's nothing left for me. It's so hard now, and I'm not given the options with my character's movement ability to actually dodge the attacks that are incoming. It's like, why am I even here anymore? It's not fun.
This game is no longer Torko.
What?
Oh, see, there's this manga called Torko, wherein...
Oh, Toriko!
Yeah, Toriko, where he goes and hunts all these big monsters to eat
Guts! Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I love
the
that
manga whose plot is basically step 1, go into space. Step 2, eat all the things.
Yep. And they're currently fighting the Monkey King to literally grab his balls.
Because of course they are.
It's like the whole plot.
Oh, wait a minute. Please don't tell me they're gonna make Dragon Ball Z jokes in this.
No, they haven't. This plot is a joke enough because they're going to use them as a replacement heart for their sick friend. Their friend is going to have his heart replaced by a giant baboon's testicles.
Oh, please, anime, never stop doing what you're doing.
I know, right? Sounds
Actually,
awesome.
do stop doing what you're doing. There are plenty of people out there who would rather not have their loneliness played upon anymore.
Oh, no, 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 anime. Keep doing what you're doing and do it harder. Go, it's like, you see that switch that says slow down? Duct tape that over and then break it.
I don't know,
yeah.
once in a while you get something that's just balls to the wall stupid like Toriko. Because that's an example of something understanding exactly what it wants to be.
Exactly,
It knows its ambition in life, and it never stops trying to do it. Unfortunately, some companies use that to their advantage, and this is a gigantic rant I'm going to get to in RTG's episode 25, whenever that comes out, but just be aware when you're being manipulated as a customer. Like, try to recognize when you're behind something because it's awesome and it's funny, and it's legitimately hilarious, but also be smart enough to recognize when a company is trying to prey on your loneliness, trying to fill in your life with something that isn't actually there but makes you believe that it is.
like with the manga E-Robot. Don't read it.
Well, or just Moe in general.
Ah, Moe. Before we get to that, let's see, let me continue with, oh yeah, my favorite part of Snake Eater.
Wait a minute, hold up. Before you do that, speaking of snakes, you want to go to the Amazon next?
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright. Continue.
So yeah, Snake Eater. My favorite part was just constantly dropping Snake off of a cliff or having him let go of the thing he's holding onto. Simply because I love the reprise of the dun 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 dun. How it's more
Snake,
drawn out.
what have you done? You've created a time paradox.
Yeah, how it's more long, drawn out, and dramatic, and orchestral.
Orchestrated.
Thank you. It's
Or
more
orchestral. You had it right the second time.
Ah, thank you. How it's more orchestral and drawn out. How it seems like you've really done something horrible this time by letting Snake die. I cracked up every time because I thought I fucked up time.
I love what a game is. There are so many things in games that you just find hilarious that are pretty unique to you, because humor is subjective. You could just find something that makes absolutely no sense, and that makes you bust up laughing. I know Nintendo Capri Sun, his thing is, like, when you collect one of the boss keys in Super Mario 64, how the camera changes angles, like, 4 times before you exit the level.
Yeah.
It's just, and I kind of get where he's coming from. It's just so jarring and it feels really out of place. I mean, it looks cool, but at the same time. And for me, it's whenever you're going through the tag barrel in Donkey Kong 64. Apparently, the Nintendo 64 just in general was unintentionally hilarious.
Oh, hell yeah.
But, and it's not anything in, like, the DK rap or anything. I just find the character of Lanky, just in general, to be extremely entertaining. I love that guy. And my favorite moment is whenever he's in the tag barrel, and you pass by him without doing anything, he just face palms. But his arm is so long, he has to, like, hold it up to the sky and bend it around backwards just to reach his face. Gets me every time, and I cannot explain why.
Oh. Oh, hey, Ka, what you doing, buddy?
Oh, come on. Everybody makes that joke. It doesn't help that it's a Disney game.
Like, this is my first time making that joke. Like, I just realized, yeah, that's straight up Ka. Look, there he is again. Can't find Mowgli, can you? And just like Ka, he falls off all bundled up in himself.
You know what tastes really good?
Ooh, what?
Low-hanging fruit. You like that joke, don't you?
I love it. I love it. I love how it's horrible. Oh yeah, coming back to Ka. So I forgot what it's called. Like it's called the Illusion of Life or something like that. It's a Disney animation book about all the processes that went into the making of a lot of their movies. And one of their production notes is when they were drawing Ka and Sir Hiss from the Robin Hood movie, there was just straight up effort that went into making them as non-threatening looking as possible for fear that they would scare the women in the audience.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, they were afraid that the ladies in the audience would just be just horrified that snakes are on screen, that they just had to make them look as innocuous or funny as possible. It's why
Oh,
Sir
how
Hiss...
the times have changed.
I know, right? Like, I just thought they made him look cartoony because, well, it's a cartoon. But no, they had to straight up make these characters look as harmless, just as nice, as just Saturday morning villain as you could get.
Well, as a
Just so
creator,
that-
you got to think about that kind of thing. Like, it's a whole part of understanding your medium and also understanding your audience.
Exactly.
You think about things that most people wouldn't even consider. Like, after a while, you just start considering, like, straight-up design theory. It's like, well, if we did this one little color change on this character's shirt, it might communicate a totally different message with the way they're drawn.
Yeah. Like, I had a good example. Yeah. See, hold on. Like when they're like, this is more of an angles thing, but remember that short-lived cartoon Lunatics Unleashed?
No, actually. What was this about?
So Lunatics Unleashed was basically this was during that late 90s, early 2000s era where every network was trying to do something quote unquote anime inspired to get, to attract the kids.
Okay.
So the Lunatics, they gave them these edgy, they gave them literally edged, angular design characters. Like they redid Bugs Bunny, Lola, Daffy, Roadrunner, the Wile E. Coyote, Tasmanian Devil, and all that. And basically had them all black with a few color highlights. They were basically the future
Oh, I
descendants.
think I know what you're talking about now. Like, they were all, like, these superhero type things?
Yeah, and how they were the descendants of all the other characters we know. Like this was Bugs Bunny's great grandson or something like that.
Oh, yeah! Now I know what you're talking about. That show was awful.
And how the original designs for like if you thought the present character designs were bad enough, the earlier designs
Were
like,
worse.
they showed the designs to a kid and he got super frightened of them. Like this Bugs Bunny scares me. And so he wrote in, "Can you make them look less scary?"
See, I love that. I just love little stories like that. I don't know if we talked about this during Sonic Boom at some point, but like the whole Sonic redesign they did. When they tried to bring him to America, they like gave him fangs and put him in a rock band.
And gave him a human girlfriend.
Yeah, we did talk about this in Sonic Boom.
Yes, but it's
And
always
again,
so
it's one of
funny.
those things you think of when you're a designer. It's like, okay, what do we do to make this character more appealing? Sometimes you overshoot it a little bit.
And let's see. I'll say this, then we close out the episode. One things I dislike when they port things to America from Japan is that they take away any and all cuteness because they think of all Americans hate cute things and love just rough, tough, gruff things.
We do, actually. This is the reason Kirby looks angry on all of his game covers and he looks happy in the Japanese ones.
It's the reason why Resident Evil's original CD casing was just called Biohazard.
Yeah.
It just had like a infected eye as the cover, but the American title is Resident Evil and had just freaking, what's his name, Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the reason why in Dino Crisis, Regina, in the original Japanese game, her eyes are a lot bigger and more bishojo, but in the American version, they're more angled and more jaded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's sad too, because I like cutesier things. Like there's a game called Saya no Uta or something like that. It's a visual novel about this guy who's basically dating Cthulhu, but she's in cute moe girl form.
Hmm.
But it's dark and fucked up as you could imagine a story like that being.
Well, that's more of a study in contradiction. Like,
No, no,
juxtaposition is what I'm thinking of. It's like
no,
everything's all cute and adorable, but the character is actually a really terrible, awful person.
Oh no, no, here's where the actual Americanization comes in. When an American comic book artist made an adaptation of this, he made Saya, the abomination in question, look much older and much more standardized in terms of what you could imagine an American moviegoer considering attractive.
Well, that's a cultural thing. You can't really get past that. That's a very taboo, fabu thing here in America. You can't... It's not socially acceptable to be attracted to a character who is under 18, and for good reason, I might add.
I understand that. Actually, I'll explain it later. I'll explain it in the next episode.